made it to Stockholm, and Mom's walking right in front of my shot. Hello. Typical rude American walking in front of people. Hop on, hop off tour picks up inside the terminal. Oh, I was recording. Thought I was recording, but I wasn't. The hop on, hop off tour was about 29 euros per person. We booked it last night using the ship Wi-Fi on our phones, and it picks up right off the cruise ship, as you can see. We're gonna use it as our mode of transportation today, so we don't have to walk as far.
It said this is the aviator statue stop.
This is in 11 languages. It's got 18 bus stops. It says it has Wi-Fi, but I haven't been able to find the Wi-Fi password yet.
That bird was it.
But that's where you can buy tickets online. It's cheaper to buy them online than buy them on the bus. This is a map of all the stops. There's a hop on, hop off bus. There's a barcode if you want to scan it. This is the sightseeing hop on, hop off bus tour. But there's also another one. Today's agenda, we plan on going to the Royal Palace. Hopefully we can get in. The Vasa Museum, the ABBA Museum. I think that's it. I think the rest we're just going to try and do some sightseeing. Those are the three main places we really want to stop at. Dad's listening to the tour. He said this is where the nightclubs are and shopping district. Stop number 12 on the map, I believe. If you are on decided to do this, bring headphones. I'm pretty sure they have headphones on passport.
There are languages. There it is.
Yeah, you can do it in multiple languages. Russian. Here are the languages that offer the touring. Tell us about it. What did it say? There's hostels on the boats. That's all it said.
They sank Christmas trees into the lake. That's how they get rid of the Christmas trees. And that helps feed the fish.
Huh.
That's what Mom and Dad used to do. They throw theirs in the pond.
There's the water up there. I guess that's where they throw the Christmas
Live on the
trees.
boats.
So like boat houses. Ooh, do they go ice skating when it freezes?
Shouldn't say nothing about that.
You just walk.
Just
Come over here and get a hostel on a boat.
It's very clean. Clean city.
They had a boat on the back of their boat.
Unlike some of the buses in New York City, like this, they do not have bathrooms on board. That would be a question no one would ask.
Next stop number 2, Royal Palace Gabbleston. Every 20 minutes next bus on stop. 5 o'clock, the last bus.
Buses that also goes in the water. Alright, we got off at stop number 6. 10 is across the street. It heads back in the opposite direction. And then the very next stop, 7 after this, I think is the one for the ABBA Museum, but I think it might be close enough to walk to. There's the direction signs when you get off. We're headed to the Vasa Museum. It's now 12:15. We get on, what time did we get on? Like 10:45. So about an hour and a half bus ride over here. We need to figure out how long it'll take to get back to the ship from where we're at, to make sure we have plenty of time, leave with plenty of time to make it back to the ship. I have no idea how the audio from that bus tour will show up in the videos that I took, but the narrator was saying that the Vasa Museum has a ship from the 17th century that sank on its maiden voyage and was, I guess, rescued and then preserved 300 years later and put in this museum. We have bike rentals right outside the Vasa Museum. Tickets are 230 Swedish dollars. I think that's about $23 American USD. I'll look it up and put it in the bottom of this video when I get home. This is the ship that the narrator was talking about on the bus tour. This is what we need, English. Great, if you connect, go to vasamuseum.se, connect to their audio guide. They have it in different languages, and they also have a, if you don't have headphones, make sure you bring your headphones for your phone. They have a text version, so you can just click on where you're at and read through it as you go through the museum. It says they're not sure what caused it to happen so quickly. They're not sure why it sank. There is a film. They've got it in several different languages. You switch to Zoom. We're going to come back at 1 for the English version. Down to number 3 on the map, which is the shipwreck. Sorry for the flicker. I'm not sure how to make it stop. I tried the different settings and it's not helping. But it says that when the Vasa first set sail, a gust of wind caused the Vasa to heel over. The ship managed to right itself, but yet another gust sent it over again, this time so much that the water poured in through the open gun ports. The ship was overwhelmed by the weight of the water and sank. It was believed that approximately 150 people were on board the vessel at the time of the sinking. Out of this number, approximately 30 of them died. Today it is believed that the ship was both incorrectly built and sailed. The ship was unstable owing to the center of gravity being too high. However, had the gun ports been closed, the ship may have righted itself and continued on its way. The guide says it was sprayed for 17 years with a preserving agent, PEG, polyethyl glycol, after which it dried for a further 9 years. They wanted to examine the skeletal remains that had been buried. They went through and named them A through Z, and then for each letter of the alphabet. A was for atom, B was for beta, and so on. And then during the first part of the 21st century, the skeletons were examined once again using DNA analysis technology. The DNA tests were performed in order to reassociate all the parts of the individual skeletons and to see if any of the victims were related. For example, it was discovered that skeletons Ilva and Beta, who were previously thought to be sisters, in fact had different mothers. At the time that the ship was raised, they decided that the skeletons found inside the ship at the time it was raised would receive a Christian burial at the naval cemetery. Partial skeletons and bones found later outside the wreck were kept and subject to further study. The first skeleton was Adam, brought up by the divers in 1958. He was 35 to 40 years old, 5 foot 4 inches tall, and was in good health, but had received a facial injury in his youth which affected his appearance. This is a replica of under the ship. Mom was just short enough to walk under it without bending over. Me and Dad had a duck.
That was the upper gun.
See everybody else having a duck. This is a model of the ship. We just got out of the film right before this. It was about 20 minutes. They have it in different languages. I think I showed the times earlier. They have 2 theaters that shows the same show at different times. It's a Bible. Left the hole under it.
Is it heavy?
So it's 4 stories high. This museum is basically on an island. There's not too many places to eat around here, so we're going to eat at the restaurant in the Vasa Museum. Looks like they have salads, chicken, shrimp, Swedish meatballs, which Mom's probably going to get, cappuccinos and things like that. And it doesn't get bad reviews and seems reasonably priced. I think we're going to eat here because the ABBA Museum is down the street, so not far. Found the cafe on the main level. Got the open fish shrimp sandwich. We just finished lunch. I was enjoying my open faced shrimp sandwich until I realized it had a soft boiled egg underneath the shrimp. And then I suddenly lost my appetite. Come to Stockholm and do the hop-on hop-off bus. Get the red sightseeing tour bus, not the city sightseeing tour bus, because they've already had 3 or 4 red sightseeing tour buses pass us. We're still waiting for the city sightseeing bus. Update. Don't do the hop-on hop-off bus at all. It's not a efficient use of your time, especially if you miss your stop, because it only goes in one direction. Sounds like the dog from Living with the Land. Fire trucks. Just went to Starbucks. I got my Stockholm coffee mug. We're doing the bus tour. Plan out your day, make a list where you want to stop. The bus leaves if you're at the cruise terminal, picked up there. It starts at number 11 and then goes to 12, 13, 14, 15, then 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. Royal Palace is on your list. Get off there. Get off in the order the stops are in, because the buses are not, they don't run consistently. Sometimes you'll be waiting a while for the buses. I'll attach a picture of where the maps of the buses are right now, so you can see how they're grouped together. They're not spread out very well. Yeah, so keep that in mind.
Just get off and go to the ABBA Museum.
Okay.
Stop number 7, ABBA Museum.
Picture. Buy tickets on this side. Alright, scratch that. They said it takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours to go through the ABBA Museum. We screwed up. We should have stayed here earlier instead of getting back on the bus to go to the Royal Palace. We didn't even get to go to the Royal Palace. So learn from our mistakes. We should have gone to the ABBA Museum then.
If you've purchased the ticket to ride,
and then gotten back on the bus to go to the Royal Palace. Although the Royal Palace closes at 5.
By the ticket center.
Now we're headed to just walk around and do some shopping. Well, Dad goes to the Viking Museum because it's 5 o'clock. Then we have to be back on the ship at 6:30. So we're going to meet back up at 5:45 at the bus stop and take the bus back to the cruise ship. Update. There were not any shops to spend some time in. So we're walking back to the Viking Museum to see if we can meet up with Dad and then catch the bus back to the cruise port. Just ordered a Bolt from the Viking Museum back to the cruise ship terminal. They'll be here in about 8 minutes and it costs about $10 US. It'll only be about a 9-minute drive. If you're gonna do a hop on, hop off bus tour, pick the red sightseeing. There are way more buses with that company than there are with the city sightseeing hop on and off bus tour. Made it back to the port. Tomorrow's the sea day.